Welcome to Outdoor Oasis Ideas. Today, we're diving into the art of designing stunning flower beds for your backyard garden. When it comes to creating beautiful flower beds, the key is to start with a solid plan. Before even picking up a shovel, take some time to really observe your backyard. Notice how the sunlight moves across the space throughout the day. Pay attention to any existing features, like trees, fences, or structures that might affect your design. This initial assessment is crucial for choosing the right location and plants for your flower beds. Now let's talk about shape. While rectangular beds are classic, don't be afraid to get creative with curves. Curved flower beds can add a sense of flow and natural beauty to your garden. They're also great for breaking up large open spaces and creating visual interest. Consider designing beds with gentle S-curves or kidney shapes that complement the contours of your yard. Size matters when it comes to flower beds. A common mistake is making beds too narrow. Aim for a minimum width of about 3 to 4 feet. This gives you enough space to create depth with multiple rows of plants. When planning the layout of your flower beds, think about creating layers. Start with taller plants at the back, medium-height plants in the middle, and shorter plants or ground covers in the front. This tiered approach not only looks great, but also ensures that all your plants get the sunlight they need. Let's talk about edging. A well-defined edge can make the difference between a good flower bed and a great one. There are plenty of options to choose from: brick, stone, concrete pavers, or even natural materials like logs or shells. Whatever you choose, make sure it complements your home's architecture and the overall style of your garden. When selecting flowers, consider a mix of annuals and perennials. Annuals provide instant color and can be changed out each season for a fresh look. Perennials, on the other hand, come back year after year, providing a reliable foundation for your garden. Color is a crucial element in flower bed design. You can go for a monochromatic look using different shades of the same color, or create contrast with complementary colors. For a harmonious look, try using analogous colors, those that are next to each other on the color wheel. Don't forget about white flowers. They can act as a neutral to break up bold colors and add brightness to shady areas. Consider the blooming times of your chosen plants. By carefully selecting a variety of plants that bloom at different times, you can ensure that your flower beds look vibrant throughout the growing season. Spring bulbs like tulips and daffodils can kick things off, followed by summer blooming perennials and annuals, and finally fall blooming plants like chrysanthemums and asters. Texture is another important factor to consider. Mix plants with different leaf shapes and sizes to create visual interest. Combine bold, large-leaved plants with delicate, fine-textured ones. This contrast adds depth and complexity to your flower beds. Don't forget about foliage plants. While flowers are the stars of the show, plants with interesting leaves can provide structure and color even when blooms are scarce. Consider plants like hostas, coleus, or ornamental grasses to add year-round interest to your beds. Now, let's talk about soil preparation. This step is absolutely crucial for the success of your flower beds. Start by removing any existing grass or weeds from the area. Then dig the soil to a depth of about 12 inches, breaking up any clumps as you go. This is also the perfect time to amend your soil. Most plants prefer well-draining, nutrient-rich soil. Add plenty of organic matter, like compost or well-rotted manure, to improve soil structure and fertility. If your soil is particularly poor or heavy clay, consider raised beds. These allow you to create the perfect growing environment for your plants, regardless of your existing soil conditions. Raised beds also add height and structure to your garden design. When it comes to planting, spacing is key. Be sure to give each plant enough room to grow to its full size. It might look a bit sparse at first, but remember, plants grow. Proper spacing ensures good air circulation, which can help prevent fungal diseases. Mulching is an often overlooked but incredibly important step in creating beautiful flower beds. A layer of mulch helps retain moisture, suppress weeds, and keep soil temperatures more consistent. Plus, it gives your beds a neat, finished look. Choose a mulch that complements your overall garden design. Options range from traditional bark chips to more decorative choices like crushed shells or colored glass. Let's talk about focal points. Every great garden design needs a few eye-catching elements to draw the viewer's attention. This could be a particularly showy plant, a piece of garden art, or even a small water feature. Place these focal points strategically throughout your flower beds to create visual interest and guide the eye through the space. Don't forget about vertical elements in your flower bed design. Trellises, obelisks, or even small trees can add height and create a sense of enclosure. These vertical elements can also be used to support climbing plants, adding another layer of interest to your garden. Consider incorporating some native plants into your design. Not only are these plants well adapted to your local climate and soil conditions, but they also provide important habitat and food sources for local wildlife. Native plants can be just as beautiful as exotic varieties and often require less maintenance once established. Speaking of maintenance, it's important to consider the long-term care of your flower beds when designing. Group plants with similar water and sunlight needs together to make maintenance easier. Also, think about how you'll access the beds for weeding and pruning. Stepping stones or small paths through larger beds can be both functional and attractive. Don't be afraid to incorporate edibles into your flower bed design. Many herbs and vegetables are just as attractive as ornamental plants and can add an extra dimension to your garden. Imagine picking fresh strawberries or snipping herbs for dinner right from your beautiful flower beds. Remember that your flower beds don't have to be confined to the ground. Container gardens can be a great way to add pops of color and interest to patios, decks, or even within larger in-ground beds. Use containers of varying heights and sizes to create visual interest and add depth to your design. When choosing plants, consider their growth habits. Some plants spread quickly and can become invasive if not kept in check. Others stay neatly contained. Understanding how your chosen plants will grow over time will help you create a design that looks great year after year without constant maintenance. Don't forget about winter interest when designing your flower beds. While many plants go dormant in the colder months, there are plenty of options for adding color and texture to your winter garden. Consider evergreen plants, those with interesting bark or seed heads, or even plants that bloom in winter, like hellebores or witch hazel. Repetition is a key principle in garden design. Repeating certain plants or colors throughout your flower beds creates a sense of cohesion and flow. This doesn't mean you need to plant in rigid patterns. A more naturalistic approach can be achieved by repeating plants in loose groupings throughout the space. Consider the view from inside your home when designing your flower beds. Place taller plants or structures in a way that frames the view rather than blocking it. Think about which windows look out onto the garden and design your beds to create beautiful vistas from these vantage points. Incorporating hardscaping elements can add structure and year-round interest to your flower bed design. Consider adding a decorative wall, some large rocks, or even a small seating area within or adjacent to your beds. These elements can serve as anchors for your planting design and provide visual interest even when plants are not in bloom. Consider the seasonal changes in your garden when designing your flower beds. Spring flowering bulbs can be planted beneath later emerging perennials. As the bulb foliage dies back, the perennials will grow to cover it, maintaining a tidy appearance. This layering technique allows you to maximize the use of space and extend the blooming season in your garden. Remember that creating stunning flower beds is an ongoing process. Gardens are living, growing things that change over time. Be prepared to make adjustments as your plants grow and your tastes evolve. Don't forget about fragrance when selecting plants for your flower beds. Strategically placed scented plants can add another sensory dimension to your garden experience. Consider planting fragrant flowers near seating areas or walkways where you'll be able to enjoy their scent. Remember that your flower beds don't have to be perfect to be beautiful. Some of the most charming gardens have a slightly wild, natural look. Embrace the occasional self-seeded plant, or the way certain flowers might lean or sprawl. These little imperfections can add character and a sense of natural abundance to your garden. Consider incorporating some ornamental grasses into your flower bed design. These plants add movement and sound to the garden as they rustle in the breeze. They also provide interesting texture and often look great even in winter when many other plants have died back. Think about the maintenance requirements of your chosen plants when designing your flower beds. If you have limited time for gardening, focus on low-maintenance perennials and shrubs. If you enjoy spending time in the garden, you might include more annuals and plants that require regular deadheading or pruning. We hope this video has inspired you to create your own beautiful outdoor oasis. If you enjoyed this content and want more gardening tips and landscape inspiration, please subscribe to Outdoor Oasis Ideas and hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest videos. Happy gardening, and we'll see you in the next video.